ladies and gentlemen, how are we getting on? So, patch 11.5, and it's the 1st of August already somehow. Not sure how that one crept up on us, but there we go, it's kind of terrifying. So, patch 11 has been kind of, well, I think a disaster would probably be the right word. As many things broken almost as the patch fixed, and Bethesda have since been running damage control on that. Along with patch 11.5 here, we've got a number of bug fixes, presumably geared towards putting right a number of things from patch 11, and general bugs as well, of course. So we'll have a look at those in just a moment. We've got the Meat Week event starting, well, it should be live by about now, actually, which is very, very cool. Looking forward to trying that later on tonight. And yeah, there's a few things on here that, particularly post-patch 11, I would have expected to see being addressed that I'm guessing they're still working on, so I would expect future hotfixes to be coming as well. But let's jump in and have a look at what they've actually got for us here. So, 11.5 patch notes, 1st of August. So, Meat Week and Rock Out are the patch highlights, which are a little on the short side, but there we go. Patch number there, and interesting note for those of us on PC, apparently the launcher is still telling us that the patch size is significantly larger than it actually is, and it's just a visual thing. So it's actually 1.5 gigs for those of us on PC, not whatever it ends up actually saying, as we'll see in a bit. And 6 gigs for those of you over on console. So, the big thing, Meat Week. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this, and I am, especially as I missed out on the last seasonal event. Grahm is hosting a barbecue for all of his human friends during the Meat Week seasonal event, and you're invited. However, he's going to need a whole lot of meat and a few helping hands to make sure everyone has a great time and can eat their fill. Meat Week starts today at 12 PM Eastern Daytime and ends on the 8th of August at 12 PM Eastern Daytime, which I believe in the UK will be 5 PM, so it should be live by now anyway. And it's made up of 2 separate but related events, Primal Cuts and Graham's Meat Cook. So, part 1 is the Primal Cuts event. Prime beasts are on the prowl, and cuts of meat from these creatures make for some of the finest barbecue fare a friendly super mutant could ask for. You will receive some prime meat every time you complete a Prime Cuts event, bring it to Graham's Cook event, and add it to the grill for a special reward. So, 3 Primal Cuts event locations will appear on the map simultaneously about once every 15 minutes. So, 4 times an hour is pretty good, you should have plenty of opportunity to jump on that. Difficulty is tuned differently at each location, so adventurers of all levels can join the hunt for prime beasts, which is cool. I think that's a good road to go down. I'm guessing it means that one will be in the forest, maybe another in the Savage Divide, and another in the Cranberry Bog or the Mire, something like that, so you'll be able to see clearly based on where it is on the map, but we'll find out in, well, later this evening. As to exactly how that's going to work. I think it'll probably be quite obvious if they do go for different areas of the map though. So, go to the Primal Cuts events, slay the beasts, grab the meat, and head over to Graham's Meat Cook event. So Graham's got his hands full manning the grill all week long at his Meat Cook event, which begins every hour in the forest. Join other Meat Cook attendees to complete various activities that will ensure everyone has a blast, like playing musical instruments, roasting meat, putting out fires, among others. So it's worth noticing here that it won't be combat focused, so you're not going to have to worry about getting attacked, but there'll be a load of daft activities surrounding the barbecue to engage with that should be fun. If the meat cook is a success, you'll receive some barbecue themed rewards. Hoping for some camp stuff, and who knows, maybe some cool outfits and weapon skins, that sort of thing. We'll have to see, maybe some cool weapons. The better the party, the higher your chances of better loot, as per with these things. Hopefully it's not going to be as extreme as Fast Act was. Thanks crossed on that. Remember to place any prime meat you've collected on the grill, and Grahm will give you a few legendary script as a thank you. So, prime meat for legendary script, drop it on the grill, and complete the other events around it to get the event-specific rewards. So it looks like you don't actually have to do the meat cook if you don't want to, but I guess it might affect the outcome. Seems reasonable to think it probably will. But if you haven't grabbed any, it just happens to spawn, you can always hop over there and join in the other activities. You won't get the legendary script for it, but hopefully that'll mean you're on track towards getting the rewards for the meat cook event, if nothing else. The sound. Radio. A cover of Ring of Fire from Nuclear Winter Trailer has been added to the Appalachia radio playlist. A little thing, but fair enough. I have my radios turned off, so it is what it is. But Country Roads is already on there. It makes sense that they'd add the Ring of Fire cover as well. Little something extra to listen to as you're running around Appalachia. So, bug fixes. Not the longest list in the world, but a few good ones. A few fairly bland ones as well. There we go. So, the cardinal wind chime now animates correctly when played. Lighting visual effects that appear when activating pylons in the encrypted event no longer appear on the player's screen. So, presumably they were not appearing on the pylons and just sort of gluing themselves to the front of your screen, but that problem should be solved anyway. So this was quite cool. The Elder Rank Brotherhood of Steel Power Armor paint has received an updated paint job featuring a more metallic finish. Very nice. And they've added an officer insignia to Officer Rank Brotherhood of Steel Power Armor paint, making it a bit more detailed, which is cool. Speaking of details, textures. When wearing the Nuka Girl rocket suit, the character's midriff no longer displays texture issues. Great. There's a couple here that are quite cool. Camp crafting and workshops. Fertilizer producers no longer consume more camp budget than intended. Anything that reduces the budget cost of something I think is welcome for most players. And billboards. They've lengthened the legs of the billboards so that they appear to sink into the ground when placed on sloped terrain. They could take this idea and roll it a bit further forward so we would sink things into the terrain properly. That would be really, really nice. I'm assuming there are challenges involved in doing that, but it is a bugbear of mine. Basically, when it comes to building camps, if you don't put something on either extremely flat ground, which is hard to find, or on a foundation, you're going to end up with it floating, and it looks ridiculous and, yeah, very frustrating. So, right idea, let's have more of it, please. I would also like to see some kind of arrangement as per Fallout 4 where we could actually manually sink things into the ground. That would be nice as well. But, not forthcoming yet. So, items. Headwear, the Wasteland Trapper Mask now correctly offers resistance to environmental hazards. Funny, because I haven't noticed environmental hazards actually occurring at all recently, which may or may not be a bug. Minigun. Applying the chrome plating minigun paint. That's a lot more words than it needs to be. Now correctly adds chrome in the minigun's name in the menu. Fine. Hellfire Power Armor Paint's headlamp no longer appears to the side of the helmet when activated. Good fix. The one you acquire from Nuclear Winter, I believe. Or one of the ones. The headlamp's lights no longer appear near the player's feet when using Power Armor Paint in Adventure Mode that was unlocked by ranking up in Nuclear Winter. Okay, that's a bit weird, but good. Welcome fix. Inspect menu now correctly displays selected item when inspecting items equipped to a Power Armor chassis. So specifically Power Armor pieces, when you inspected them, weren't functioning properly. That was something they were trying to fix with patch 11 that didn't pan out. Apparently, but they seem to have fixed it now, hopefully. Assuming this fix works out. And addressed a rare issue that could prevent a player from exiting Power Armor on level terrain. That's a very weird issue, but yep, that's good. With Nuclear Winter, they fixed an issue that could cause a ghoul to spawn inside an inaccessible building in Sutton. Not the biggest problem in the world, but okay. And the Cowboy perk, which I assume affects all pistols, now correctly increases laser auto pistol damage when equipped. And presumably it's all pistols except that one previously. So, yeah, that's good. A general stability improvement for servers, always welcome. Vending machines, this is an interesting little one. Music will no longer play when attempting to access a vending machine that is currently in use by another player. So if it's already in use, you can't get in there and access it. It's a one at a time thing. But if the music's playing, it can sort of throw you off as to whether or not it's just a case of the menu not starting or something. In this case, it's a little bit clearer on the feedback, so that's a little change, but probably a good one, I think. A couple of UI things as well. The Atomic Shop fixed an issue preventing PC players in China, Latin America, and Taiwan from purchasing items. On the PC, the Confirm button that appears when inspecting an item in the Atomic Shop can now be clicked to purchase that item. I don't know if it was a case if you had to use a keyboard shortcut before, and it's just the clicking part that's changed, or if it was just purely visual before, but there we go. Another way to purchase items in the Atomic Shop. Not a big change, really. And they fixed an issue that could prevent the Atomic Shop from visibly updating when switching categories after entering the Atomic Shop from locations other than the main menu. So basically in-game, if you're in the camp building menu or something like that and you enter the Atomic Shop that way, apparently you'd obviously not update when you changed from section to section. Now it should do. Good. That'll be a minor irritation averted. And notifications. When attempting to assign an item from a vending machine or a fermenter that is full, an error message will now appear to indicate the item cannot assign. So just a clarity thing again. So there's a couple of issues people have mentioned to me that I notice are absent from this. Things like issues with items disappearing, it's probably worth double checking that the item has actually disappeared, not just been renamed, because I've noticed a couple of instances where I thought things had disappeared and they hadn't. But if things are disappearing, then I'm surprised not to see anything about it here. I'm guessing with a few of the issues that have come along with patch 11, they are ongoing things to fix and bigger problems. They're not that easy to fix, which is why we're still waiting on it. And I would also guess that they're trying to avoid having knock-on effects, because we've already seen what happens when that happens. Best avoided. So I would fully expect over the next few weeks to see more hotfixes coming as they try to repair some of the negative impacts of patch 11. And of course, maybe 2-3 weeks from now, patch 12, which will presumably be, I think, about the 20th of August, just throwing a guess out there, because that's when the Vault raids are due, so I would imagine that will be the next big patch. Definitely something to look forward to there, and there's a few other bits and pieces coming along with that, so that should be very cool. Yeah, a few good little bug fixes. Jump in and try out Meat Week. I'm looking forward to trying that one on stream later on this evening. Should be fun. Yeah, steps in the right direction, but would like to see strides rather than steps, I think, but we'll take what we can get. So yeah, I do hope that was useful and informative for you guys. If you did like the video, please do hit those buttons. It's always very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description as well if you want to catch up with me over there. And if you're really enjoying the content, then please do consider becoming a channel member as well. The support is hugely interesting. Hugely interesting? Where the hell did that come from? Hugely appreciated. That's the word I'm looking for. And the next one of the perks should be due in the next day or so. I've ended up kicking that a little bit into a bit further down the road than I was supposed to, but that'll be coming up over the next day or so. So do keep an eye out for that. For now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.